Hello everyone, I'm here in Tasmania. I have been here for the ACF 2023 National Show and the World Cat Congress weekend. I've had an amazing time. I've just popped Herbert on the plane and he's going back to Perth. I'll just show you, it's a lovely day outside. It's a bit cold. Actually, it's very cold for someone that lives in Perth. And a few things have come up over this weekend and I just wanted to share one of those topics with you because I thought it was something that actually people could maybe learn from and maybe take some action now that might really help them right now. One of the things that came up, and I walked in on this conversation when it was happening, I don't know how the conversation started, but something that came up yesterday when we were having the World Cat Congress seminars was that people are having trouble selling their kittens at the moment. That's certainly the case in Australia. And a lot of the conversation centered around backyard breeders. So people who are unregistered breeders breeding cats and selling them, and registered breeders having to compete with them to sell kittens. And it seems to be that the backyard breeder is getting the blame for so much stuff at the moment. And I'm not supporting them in any way, shape or form. I think that that's a terrible thing to do. And I'm appalled that they managed to get cats to breed from in the first place. But what I want to tell you, if you're someone that is having trouble selling your kittens at the moment, I want you to pretend that backyard breeders don't even exist. Because what's happening is people are focusing all their effort and energy on that. And if people focused even a tiny amount of that same energy on actually getting out there and promoting their own cats and kittens, then they wouldn't have the problem of not being able to sell them. I am in Perth. We have backyard breeders in Perth. We have backyard breeders who are selling my breed for cheaper than what I sell them. We have people selling all sorts of breeds for even more expensive than what I sell them. There are people selling them. There are people able to get cats of my breed from a backyard breeder, and they can get them off Gumtree. They can get them off all different places. It is actually still an issue for me. I pay them zero attention. What I focus on is I focus on actually promoting my own cats. And in the cat fancy, maybe this is maybe not a thing in the rest of the world, but it's certainly an issue in Australia, that when you start promoting yourself and you start promoting your cats and kittens and you start putting yourself out there, you get a lot of, negativity because you're self-promoting. And it's not self-promoting, it's promoting your cats and your kittens so that they can find really good homes. Because it's not even about the money. It's about finding those fantastic homes. And those fantastic homes don't just walk up to you and say, hi, I'd like a kitten. You have to go out there and get them. And for example, at the national show on the weekend, as I was walking around and people were coming up to me because I was near, around cats and things and looked like someone that was approachable to ask questions, I had lots of people saying that they were interested in getting a cat or they were interested in getting a cat down the track. I had Herbert out on the bench and people were coming up and talking to me. I deliberately got that cat out and put him on the bench and let people pat him so that they would come and talk to me about their cats. And then even though I don't have cats and kittens available at the moment, I know other people do. So then I was pointing to people that were there in the show hall and saying, I know that that lady over there has kittens at the moment, or this lady over here is probably going to have some before I do. Maybe you should go talk to her. So I was actually directing traffic people to there was people in the room that wanted to purchase kittens. They're not going to backyard breeders. They're coming to our shows. But if you don't get your cats out, if you have big signs on your cats saying, please don't touch me, don't come near me, this, and this, then people just, they don't have an option to make contact with you. They will go to the backyard breeders. The other thing is that backyard breeders, when you only give people price to compete on, if you only show people their cats are this much and your cats are that much, people will make a decision based on that because they have nothing else to go on. They have nothing else to go on. But if you actually tell the story of your breeding, your feelings, your love for your animals, if you tell that story, people will respond to that. And when they respond to that, they will want your kittens over someone else's kittens. Now, if the kittens that they can get on Gumtree, I'm just going to use round numbers, are $800. and your kittens are $1,000. You have to show them that that $200 extra is worth it. And the story you need to tell is the story of the fact that they're registered, the fact that you have a breeding pedigree behind them, the fact that you raise them with love at home, the fact that you keep them an extra couple of weeks to make sure that they're perfectly ready for the new people, the fact that you de-sex them and include that in the price, the fact that they go home with a litter tray, the fact that they go home with a pack from Royal Canin with food, all of these things. So you have to tell them the features that come with your kittens. Then you have to show them the story of your kittens. So you need to show not just here's the kittens, here's the kittens, here's the kittens. You have to show the story behind it. You have to show the mum when she's pregnant. You have to show this is her going into the birthing area. You have to show her sleeping on a cute bed. You have to show the daddy cat. You have to show the cat's your older cat that's retired, that's the great-great-grandma of these kittens. You have to tell the story of it, and you also have to put yourself into it. And this is something that people don't want to do. I really understand that they don't want to do this, but if you want to sell your cats and kittens, you have to do it. You put yourself into it as well, and you have to say things like, you have to show pictures of yourself. If you go to my Facebook page now, I have a picture of me holding one of my cats and I'm smiling. And introduce myself. Hi, I'm Pamela. You need to let them know who you are. You need to, because if they're just going on Gumtree and looking at an ad and seeing a price, well, these kittens are cheap, let's just go up there. We can go up there, rock up on the day, take them home, and we have a new kitten. But if you can actually sell them, this is the journey that gets you to the kitten, and come along for the ride, and then the kittens are born, people are going to want those kittens. They're not going to bother looking at the Gumtree ones. They're going to want those kittens. They're going to want kittens from you. I have people at home at the moment. I have people contacting me for kittens. I've my waiting list, and I'd sent out an email to say I had some kittens available, and they all went very quickly. I had 20 replies for 5 kittens. And so they all went. And anyone that's replying now, because I still get people replying to that email and it's several months later, anyone that asks me now, do you still have any available? I'll say, no, I don't, because I don't. But I have said, my friend has some. She is this breeder on Facebook, and my other friend has some that are due next week, and she's this breeder on Facebook. And some people say, great, thanks, I'll have a look. But most of them come back and say, oh, that's okay, we want to wait for one of yours. So then they're not looking at price. They're not looking at where they're certainly not going to Gumtree and looking for a backyard bred cat. They are sitting there waiting for my cats to give birth so that they can have one of mine. They don't know me. They've never met me. They just have seen the story that I've told about my hobby, about my participation at cat shows, about what food I feed my cats, about my cats doing silly things, about my cats playing with things, about the sad things I've gone through recently. I've posted that one of my cats passed away suddenly. They've felt all of those emotions coming from me, and they've decided that they want to have something that I'm producing. They want to have a part of that and take that home and love that and have that as their kitten. And I know this is really hard for a lot of people because you haven't grown up. And people say it's because, the younger generation knows how to use Facebook and Instagram and all of those things. And yes, I have TikTok. But I'm not that young. I've turned 49 the other day. I've got less than 365 days before I turn 50. I'm not that young. But everybody knows people that can help. And you can also pay people to help you as well. And that was something that came up when I was talking to the ladies from CFA. It doesn't have to be you that's doing these things. You can get someone else to help you do these things. You can get someone in your family who might be good at Facebook and TikTok and Instagram to help you. There's ways to do it. But I think if people can actually post on Facebook, if you have enough knowledge to be able to post on Facebook saying backyard breeders are stealing my kitten sales and I can't sell my kittens, then you clearly have enough knowledge to go and set up a Facebook page and post on there and saying, here's my beautiful cat. She's due to have kittens soon. Look at her on her bed. Look at her. This is what I'm feeding her. I make sure they get the proper nutrition. This is last time she had kittens. This is one of those kittens grown up in its new home. Its owner sent me this photo. Isn't it beautiful? If you can whinge on Facebook about not selling kittens, you can post on Facebook things that will help you sell kittens. The backyard breeder is not the person that's doing this. It's not getting out there and promoting your cats and kittens, and not promoting them in terms of wanting to get a sale, because that's the other thing. When when we see people doing this in the cat fancy in Australia, we just think that they're trying to cash in on their cats and they're, you know, pimping them out basically. And then it's not about that. It's about getting the best homes, and you won't get the best homes if you don't have a big group of people to choose from. So I guess that's my takeaway message for everybody. If you think that it's the biggest problem that you're facing at the moment is backyard breeders, the biggest problem you're actually facing is probably yourself. It is. It's probably your mindset. It's probably the way your thinking is. Change that thinking. Channel that same energy into promoting. And that's a word we don't like to use in the cat fancy in Australia. Promoting yourself. Promote yourself as a breeder. Promote yourself. Let people know all the wonderful things that you do, all the appropriate things that you do, all of the proper registrations that you do, all of the proper permissions you have for doing what you do. Make those things into a big story and sell that story on Facebook, because people will come along for the ride. And also go out there and Facebook is like, the way I describe it is Facebook is like TV. So you're watching TV, you're sitting down on the couch and you're watching TV, and someone at your house is in the kitchen and they're making a cup of tea. And they're going to take that cup of tea and they're going to walk past you and they're going to go to their bedroom to drink their cup of tea. And they walk past you and they look up at the TV and they see that you're watching something interesting and they think, oh, okay, well, I'm going to sit down and drink my cup of tea here. That's how Facebook works. If someone is looking at something of yours, then Facebook will tell other people that they're interested in it, and it will then drive that out to other people and create an audience for you, and people will come in. If you create engaging posts where you ask questions, where you ask people to share information, share things, it brings more people in. I just helped the Tas Feline team do a live stream of the finals for the ACF. I keep saying, I'm sorry, ACF National Live 2023. ACF National. ACF did an amazing job. It was fabulous. I've run CCCFA shows and it comes out of me. So they did the live stream for that. And one of the things about that was that when we actually went live, there was 100 people watching. But Facebook then saw that there was 100 people watching, and then it took that and it pushed that out to other people. And within, 2 days, there's been 1,600 people that have watched it. So you have to put stuff out there that will then go out to other people, and then those people come in and they'll look and see your stuff. But if you don't put anything up there, or you just put stuff up there when you've got kittens, and that's not an engaging topic, just saying, hi, this kitten's now available because someone's defaulted on it, that doesn't make people go, oh, well, I'm going to be watching that and my friends are going to start watching that. You need to tell more stories before you get to that point. So what I was saying about the live stream was that before the live stream started, I put up some teaser posts. I put up a live stream of a breed discussion. I put up some photographs. I put up some things saying this is coming, because all of that then drives people to the event, which is the live stream. But you can do that on Facebook as well. If you have a litter that's coming, you can start getting people warmed up and get your audience ready. And you can say, I've done this mating. These are the parents. This has happened. I'm excited. I think she's pregnant. What do you think? And show a photo of her. Look, she's getting fat now. And how many kittens do you think are in there? Ask questions. Create all these engaging posts. And then once you've done that, what will happen is that people will start following you. They'll start following along with the story. And then when you do have the main event, which was the live stream for the show, and the main event for you is the birth, then you make the announcement, look at the kittens, they've just been born, we have this one, we have this one, we have this one. At the moment, this one's definitely reserved because I had somebody waiting on that one, but these ones will be available. I'll let you know soon. Stay tuned for more news. Keep everybody excited, but it takes a lot of effort to do this. It takes a lot of effort to do this, but we already put effort into things we do for our cats. We put effort into changing our litter trays. We put effort into going and picking up our food. We put effort into entering a cat show. We put effort in other ways. Put some effort, put a little bit of extra effort in this way, and it will make it easier for you in the future. I would love to hear if you're doing any of this, if you do some of it, if you get a good response, if you do some of it and you don't get any response, please contact me. I'm on social media. You can find me on Facebook. Contact me on Facebook. Cat Breeding for Beginners on Facebook. Send me a message. Let me know if it's working for you or not working for you. But I really think the problem is not other people, the problem is ourselves, and we need to change our mindset and put ourselves out there and make a big effort with the tools that we have available to us. Social media is just, if you're not using it to promote your cats and cattery, then somebody else is, and that person's, their kittens are selling, I can tell you that. Okay, well, that's just my 2 cents after this weekend. There's probably a lot of other 2 cents that are going to come. I hope it was helpful, and yeah, visit my website at www.catbreedingforbeginners.com because there's more information on there about a lot of other things, and I have more podcasts coming out soon, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.